Erica, free this month on the PlayStation Store, which is great news. Never turn down a free game. The only thing is, I think this belongs on Netflix, not the PlayStation, and I'll tell you why.
Now that's a bit of a problem.
To give you an overview, Erica is a film, and you play through the film by making choices. Different choices lead to different scenes, and there are a few combinations of different endings. Think Heavy Rain. It's an adventure, horror, cult, crime, mental health type story that touches on a few sensitive areas. For instance, in the first scene, it takes you through a moment with Erica's dad, who in all honesty looked to me like a right wrong 'un. There were poppers in the air, his lips got real sweaty at one point. I felt uncomfortable. You end up going to an assisted living location and find out there's some weird cult stuff going on there, and there's a lot of murder. You get a hand in a box at one point. It's that type of vibe. There are authority figures you meet, and it's a should I trust this one or not type situation, and as I mentioned, depending on your decision, the story will unfold in different ways, but I won't be spoiling the ascending. It's a game that makes you think about reality, but there is way too many tangents we could go down from here. So my question, as always, is Erica the perfect game? See, games that change the ending depending on the play style or choices made definitely share the same hallmarks as a perfect game. They are replayable, pretty unique, and that's what you want in a perfect game. I want to play something the way that no one else has. That's a really cool idea, not something that's easily achieved either. Heavy Rain, for instance, has 17 different endings. Fallout 2 has 47 different endings. Two great games. Star Ocean Second Evolution has 100 different endings. Not as great of a game, but still a good game. Developers spent time building these worlds, putting together a story intricate enough to have multiple endings. Every ending in these games was thought about, drawn up, designed, developed, tested and rendered by game designers. That takes a lot of time. Erica has 6 endings, all of which are filmed. Controls in a game also impact on how close to perfection a game can be. If you had to press square to shoot in Call of Duty, for instance, it wouldn't work as well as it does. Making players use their phone as a controller can be done so freaking well. Uno, that's you. 2 standout examples right there of how you can get mobile devices to be implemented into the gaming world successfully. In Erica, however, you use your phone to make the choice by swiping left or right. This is what you see on your mobile. Nothing. You may as well have asked me to use a Game Boy keypad. There was no real meaning to use your phone in this. It also renders that technical part of the game useless then. Super Mario Maker, insanely fun little game. Uses a small portion of the controls, but you need to be pinpoint accurate when clearing some levels. That's a technical game, simple controls, done very well. Erica, I kid you not, took me a couple of hours to complete. A monkey could have completed it in an hour and a half easily. And you know that saying about infinite monkeys sat at infinite typewriters with an infinite amount of time eventually would write Shakespeare? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about one monkey. One monkey that loves nothing more than slinging his faeces at passing tigers could finish this game just swiping away on a smartphone. So I don't feel any pride in saying I completed Erica. It isn't Sekiro. I'm not going to talk about the story of the game, but I will say it felt way too quick. A lot of bizarre things happened in a very short space of time. In fact, probably the same amount of time as a standard film on Netflix. Handling the complexities of horror and someone's headspace, which this game dives into from the outset, should take a little more time. It's a sensitive topic and should be approached in a complex way. And I felt that Erica, although shines a light on the issues, it doesn't go far enough on those topics if that was the point. Now don't get me wrong, the company that made this has used some cool tech and whatnot. My point is that I don't think the PlayStation was the correct medium for this film. But judging it as a game, it would be a bit of a plopper. But if I watched it on Netflix with the same amount of interaction on my phone, I would have said it was a great film that makes you think differently. It is free at the moment, and if this sounds like your type of thing, do download it. You won't ever regret a free game. But you have to pay the normal $8.99, there are better things out there. Heavy Rain costs $24.99, and one playthrough takes 10 hours, so it's 3 times the price, it's 5 times the length. Do the maths. Anyway guys, look, don't worry, I will be back to dick jokes next week. And if you played Erica before, let me know in the comments. Would you call this game or would you call it a game? Would you call it a game or an interactive film? I don't know. I am leaning very heavily towards interactive film, because if it's a game, I'm going to have to say it's a plopper. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Another short one this week, but as I say, I'm mentally busy at the moment. Should be back to normal next week. So take it easy guys, in a bit.